Yeah, big head on the wheel. Gucci gang, 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 Gucci gang. Spread their
What is going on, Elite Game Gang? Welcome to another video, and in this video we are going to be simulating what it would be like if a KHL team joined the NHL. So in this, I took out the Las Vegas Knights. Instead of putting them into the expansion draft, I then put the KHL team. So for those of you that don't know what the KHL is, it is basically the Russian NHL, and the NHL and the KHL do not like each other. The KHL obviously wants all of its Russian players, and a lot of the Russian players actually do go over to the KHL. So on this KHL team, St. Petersburg, they have the NHL great Ilya Kovalchuk, Pavel Datsyuk, they have Slava Voynov, who won a Stanley Cup with the Los Angeles Kings, and they actually have Nikita Gusev, who is a NHL prospect, and he's killing it right now. He has, I believe he has 42 points, 42 games, 49 points or something like that in the KHL right now. Anyways, this team's phenomenal. They are 34 wins, 1 loss. So they're killing it. I guess that didn't make much sense for Nikita Gusev's stats, but regardless, he's having an amazing season over there. And so I've really gone into detail. I've really gone into detail. I looked up their shot percentage in real life, their tendencies, absolutely everything. Their age, there's a determining factor. I've watched footage on all the players, and I basically went deep down into each player as to what I think that their overall would be right now. So keep in mind for Pavel Datsyuk, for some of you that say, oh, well, he was a 95, you know, two years ago. Well, that's true, but age is a determining factor. He is now 39 years old, and he just doesn't have the athleticism that he used to have. However, he is still a very skilled player. He has the hockey IQ that you'll never be able to replace. He is a phenomenal player. So, as you can see, Ilya Kovalchuk is a 90 overall. We can look at his stats. You know, I looked at everything deep down to the logistics. His DKing's a 91, hand-eye 92, passing 90, puck control 94, slap shot accuracy 92, slap shot power 90, wrist shot accuracy 94, wrist shot accuracy 90, and you can read the rest. I put my absolute all into this so I can give you guys the most realistic, best in-depth simulation that I could possibly do. So, as you can see, there's Ilya Kovalchuk, Pavel Datsyuk. Yes, I screwed up. His age is 26. I didn't edit that. He is actually 39 years old, but that's okay. So his DKing is 95 because we all know the magic man Pavel Datsyuk has amazing stick handling skills. So you can read all those stats. I put everything the best that I could. He's not as athletic as he once was, so therefore his acceleration, his speed isn't the greatest, but he still is an amazing hockey player furthermore. Okay, and Nikita Gusev is a 22-year-old. He's actually 25 in real life, but he is a prospect and he has lots of potential. Sky's the limit for this kid, and I'm hoping that he can make an impact on this team. So, with that being said, let's get and look at their jerseys. I've put a lot of detail into their jerseys as well. I did the best job that I could for what the game allows me to do. So here, let's click on this, we'll hit play game, and I'll give you guys a look at the jerseys. So you can see that their jerseys are the same colors as they are in real life. That's their away jerseys, and here's their home jerseys. I didn't do their alternate. Here's their home jerseys. So their logo is actually, it says CKA, and then it has 3 stars on the top, and I'll actually put a photo of what the jerseys look like in real life. But yes, so I put lots of detail into their jerseys as well. I wanted to make this as realistic as possible. For what it would be like if this KHL team joined the NHL. So we are going to simulate all the way up until the trade deadline. We're going to see how our players are doing. We are going to see what's going on in the league and see if we have a fighting chance to make the playoffs. If this team's 34-1 in real life, I really think that there's a possibility that we will make the playoffs and push into the NHL. However, it is a big adjustment, so it might be difficult, but with the right moves, you know, maybe we'll look at it, you know, maybe Ovechkin would want to come to this team because it is his KHL, it is his native league, his native land, so possibly we can pick up him. So we'll see what we can get in the trade deadline. However, it might be difficult to get Ovechkin. We might have to trade away somebody like Kovalchuk, and we definitely would not want to do that. With that being said, let's simulate all the way up to the trade deadline, and let's see how this goes. Alright guys, it is now trade deadline day. It is the day to make some big moves and hopefully advance to the playoffs with a strong core. So we are 31 wins, 22 losses, 9 losses in overtime. We've won 7 of our last 10. We are coming in hot to the trade deadline. So we are going to propose a trade. This trade is going to be for Alexander Ovechkin. We want to keep our KHL team with the Russians. Ovechkin is getting older and he is wanting to join a team that he believes can win the playoffs. We have seen Washington Capitals have not been able to do that. So maybe he plays with Pavel Datsyuk, Ilya Kovalchuk. He can possibly get this done. So we are going to trade Nikita Gusev, and we're going to try and trade up Jason Garrison as well, and hopefully they can accept that trade. They have a young 22-year-old Nikita Gusev, and they'll be trading for Alexander Ovechkin, who is 32 years old. So he is an aging player. Gusev and Evgeny Kuznetsov could be the face of the team, with Nicholas Backstrom being their backbone. So hopefully they can accept this trade and see the positive in it, and let's try and get this done. Alright guys, this is going to be a difficult trade to make, with the Washington Capitals being 40 wins, 16 losses, and 7 in overtime. They are a very, very good team once again this year, and they have high potential to win the Stanley Cup. But the positive to it is that this is Ovechkin's native land, and he may want to play with his Russian friends. So we're going to give them Nikita Gusev, who is a serious developed player, and he is still so cheap. So we're going to give him, and we're going to give them Jason Garrison. Hopefully they can make this trade happen. We're going to try and trade up for Alexander Ovechkin. It's a very difficult trade, so I'm going to propose this trade. If they don't accept it, we'll try and add another prospect in there for them. So let's propose this. Let's keep our fingers crossed. And rejected. I knew they would reject it. Well, I didn't know, but I had a really good feeling they would reject it. But I think that if we add a prospect in there for them, that we could make this happen. So we're going to add Eric Brandstrom, who is an 18-year-old developing player as well, and they could add him to the defensive core in the future. So we're going to try and make this trade happen, and it's accepted. That is a big-time trade for us. We pick up Alexander Ovechkin. They get a developing Nikita Gusev. They get Jason Garrison, and they get a 18-year-old Eric Brandstrom, who is a developing player, and they can possibly use in their future defensive core. I see the positive out of that. Ovechkin obviously wants to come to his native land, to the KHL. He's been contemplating it, and now they're in the NHL. It was final, and he made his mind up to play with Ilya Kovalchuk, Pavel Datsyuk, and Slava Voinov. They all have great poise, and they want to make a push to win the playoffs together. Alright, so it is time to simulate to the end of the season. So we're going to simulate all the way up until the Calgary Flames. So let's see how this season ends. Alright guys, so the end of our season actually isn't looking too great. We ended up losing quite a bit of games. We didn't play too well together. We didn't play how the coaching staff and I had expected. But we are going to finish our last game and hopefully win. And we lose to the Calgary Flames. That is really going to affect us majorly in our last game. So let's go ahead and look forward here, and let's see if we made the playoffs. This is going to be very frustrating if we didn't after making those big changes. So let's see what we made. We didn't make the playoffs. That sucks. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more, and comment below what you want to see next. It's disappointing that the KHL didn't make the playoffs and actually came dead last, but that is kind of to be expected, as it is a huge adjustment for a KHL team to make it into the NHL and do well. However, it was a fun video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. So like I said, please comment below what you guys want to see next, and thank you for watching. Elite Game Gang out.
for the Jets. Me and my grandma take meds. None of this shit be new to me. Fuck with my teacher called tutory.